Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to another transformational reading with Rian. And today we're going to be looking at what overdue blessing is on its way. So, this is something that you have been waiting for, waiting and waiting and waiting to finally come true, to finally enter your life. We're going to find out what this thing is specifically, because maybe you've had a queue of things you've been waiting on. So let's just ground our energies to accept the reading in the groups section. So take a deep breath in and hold for 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. Beautiful. So this feather kept showing up in my vision as I was shuffling for you all. So I feel this is the feather that has our collective message before we get into the group readings. So our collective message comes from the vulture. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. Accept the inevitable. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth to begin. Ooh, I feel like what this card is saying is this blessing that's coming your way that maybe you've been waiting for, that's overdue. It's gonna show up in a way that is a little different than what you originally thought it was going to be when you first sort of tried to call it in or tried to manifest or when you first wished for it. You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of see what that means, because I feel like it might be different things for every group, you know? So we have our starter messages here. We're going to start with group number 1. Hello there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading to find out what overdue blessing is on its way. It is about time for this to come through for you. So you have the white feather here, which comes from the white swan. The power of divine grace is within you. I'm sensing this like peaceful energy coming through. And you also have the knot. Unsuccessful plans. So we are going to get some cards from these decks as well, and then we'll work on like interpreting things. So there's one. Can we get one more? There we go. So 4 of Cups and King of Wands. Let's just kind of like make some space here. And let's get a couple more cards from this. So feel free right now, loves, to take a look at the images, okay, to see if anything is calling out to you already or if you're receiving your own intuitive messages as well. So we have 8 of Cups right there. And one more from this deck, Spirit, to find out more about this overdue blessing. Ooh, beautiful. 9 of Cups. Wow, 8, 9. Look at that progression here. And we'll get 2 from this deck. Wow, okay. Oh, look at that. 2 of Cups. Wow, so a lot of Cups energy already coming through in your reading. And I feel this one. Another Cups. 7 of Cups. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So I feel like what I'm hearing here is that you've been trying to make plans. I'm hearing with someone. For many of you, it's like a person. And then for others of you, this could be more of like plans to do some project or like pursue something in your life. Maybe it's like planning to take a vacation, planning to take some time off, planning to visit relatives, planning, you know, a girl or a guy's night out, you know, like something like that. So there are some plans that felt like they've just been held up, that finally the blessing of having this plan actualize and things to fall into place is coming through. But what I was sensing for so many of you is actually it has to do with some type of relationship, and I'm feeling it's a romantic one, to be quite honest, because I'm getting this vibe as I'm just tuning into the energies here is that maybe you've been trying to talk to somebody, or maybe you've had a crush on somebody for a while and they just weren't available because they were seeing someone else, for example, right? Um, oh my God, I'm hearing the Taylor Swift song, You Belong With Me. You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's obsessed. You're going off about something that you said, right? She wears short shirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers. Dreaming about the day when you wake up to find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. Oh my God, that line right there. Okay, so I feel like there's someone that you have been wanting to connect with and you feel this strong bond and you feel like their energy and yours is really gonna vibe so well, but you've just been not um, able to like find the time. Like schedules have just been so mismatched and timing has just been so off. I'm feeling like I'm seeing these shows where it's like, you know, Dawson's Creek vibes or something like that, where like two people are together and this person has a crush on this person, and but they're still dating, and then finally they break up, and then like, oh, here's my chance to like move in, and this person's like, oh, I think I just want to be by myself right now. I think, you know, I'm just not ready for another relationship, and they're like, what? Oh man, you know, I'm feeling those kind of energies. Let me know with like a little heart emoji down in the comments if you know what I'm talking about here, if that's like hitting home for you. But I feel like now this blessing, this opportunity to finally be asked out or ask them out, to finally go on a date, to finally like connect is happening here because we have this Two of Cups coming through, right? Which is the start of like a relationship. And we also have this Nine of Cups, which is like a wish being granted. So finally, this opportunity here to go out on a date, to have your feelings revealed, to explore this relationship, this opportunity. And I'm also hearing, you know, for some of you, maybe it's like online dating, where it's like you've been messaging back and forth, but because someone's like traveling or your schedules are like opposite, one of you works day shift, one of you works night shifts, or maybe the distance is like a bit of a commute, like I don't know, maybe you're like an hour drive, 2 hour drive apart, and so it's like hard to find like a weekend where you can both, you know, have the day off and like convene because all these other previously made plans keep getting in the way, right? I feel like it's finally happening, you know? Here with the Eight of Cups, I can tell that you have really been feeling like, oh, should I just abandon ship here? Is this a sign from the universe that, you know, we're not meant to be because we keep getting like blocked every time, or all these like seemingly random occurrences happen that, you know, mess up our plans. And so we're in this position. It's like, okay, like I'm really feeling you and the connection feels like it's there, but it's just the timing has just been like horrendous and you were ready to walk away. Like you are on that verge of like, just forget about it. Let me out of here. Because things with the Four of Cups, things have just not been moving. It's been very stagnant here. Okay, but I feel like there's something that you've been missing, and I feel like it's that divine timing thing, right? That perhaps there's something good that comes out of you not being able to meet in person, because maybe the conversations that you've had via text or messages or over the phone have also been really good as well, right? And maybe, you know, if you had met in person sooner, then the relationship might have taken a different course because you had been like in each other's physical space, and maybe something like threw you off. Like, for example, like maybe it could be something to do with their looks, right? Like maybe because you're able to chat over the phone, over messages, you realize like how amazing a person they are and how cool they are when their looks maybe not didn't grab your attention at first. And maybe when you met up in person, you might be so focused on their looks and their appearance that you kind of like pull away from them, right? I'm not trying to say you're shallow or anything like that, but sometimes people, when they're in each other's physical presence, they're looking for that physical chemistry as well, not just that mental and emotional chemistry. And that can be very confusing. I know, like for me, personal experience, right? Like, there are people where we have great conversation over messaging, but then when we meet in person, it's kind of like, ugh, like the vibe isn't there. I don't think they're that attractive. I'm not like, attracted to them physically. And so I kind of write them off a bit prematurely and maybe in some ways a bit unfairly because, like, conversation wise, like we really hit it off. And I've come to learn over time, like there are people who I didn't think were super attractive and I just kind of put them in like the friend zone. And as we bonded, as we connected, their physical appearance started to be more and more appealing to me, right? The more I got to know them and develop that friendship, that personal connection. Like, let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about, where there's people who you didn't think were like super attractive at first, like over time, they become almost like irresistible to you, And it's not necessarily that their looks change. It's just more like you connected with them on a deeper level. And so their physical appearances is not as important, right? So I feel like that could be really what is possible, right? Or even like, you maybe just move too soon to become physically intimate with them. Like, I know I've been in that boat before, right? Where it's just like, they seem pretty cool over conversation, like messaging, and then you meet them and then you just like kind of rush into physical intimacy, right? And having a physical relationship with them. And that tends to like affect the energies of the relationship, And sometimes it could be like this moving too fast, too soon, and like walk of shame, like all that kind of stuff, right? I feel like you guys get what I'm saying, even though it feels like my messages are kind of a bit disjointed. So that's what I feel like this blessing is. You're finally able to come together after all of this time. And I feel this almost irresistible energy that, when you meet in person, because of all this buildup, you're not going to be let down. You're going to be even more drawn to this person and the chemistry is going to be even stronger. Like you've done all this groundwork of getting to know each other, that once you're in each other's physical space, it's like that last piece is going to finally fall into place for you, when you're like nearby each other. And I feel like there's going to be this opening here. Like you've been daydreaming, right? A lot. Like, oh, what if we did this? Maybe you and them together have been daydreaming, but nothing has been able to move forward. Like you daydream about what your first date's going to be like or what you guys can do together, but the plans keep getting canceled or messed up, And what I'm seeing here is this daydreaming about your time together and your relationship is just gonna like advance even further when you meet. Like you're gonna daydream about even more things and other things that you guys can do together and how your relationship can unfold once you're in each other's space, because I just feel this energy is gonna be like magnified, like insanely so. It's almost like, oh, you thought you were like feeling each other when you were just texting and like voice chatting or video chatting. My gosh, when you guys get in each other's physical space, like it's just gonna like blow through the roof. But I'm also feeling too, like all this time talking is also gonna be able to get you a little bit more level-headed. Like you can still think straight, even though you're feeling all these physical sensations when you're by them and you're near to them, next to them, right? And so I think that's really like maybe why things had turned out the way that they did. And so, like, who knows where this relationship is going to go beyond. But I feel like things are not going to be as unsuccessful anymore moving forward. Like, this knot is going to be undone, And things will be a lot smoother now moving forward for the two of you. You're having your chance now to really dive in and go all out in your relationship. And this is so amazing. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you to finally be having this chance. So let me know, what do you think about this overdue blessing that's finally coming your way? Leave a comment if you haven't already. And I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments, the likes, sharing these videos, letting the ads run. All of these little things that you do to help support the growth of the channel means a lot. Now, if this general reading kind of sparked more questions and you want a more personal reading, you can check the description box down below to see how that can be arranged. But before you go, remember, it's never too late for your happily ever after. And boy, is it coming for you, Group 1. Take care, loves. See you next time. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your reading to find out what overdue blessing is on its way. So for your feather card, it comes from the owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Okay, so you've been receiving some messages already, some guidance, and you've just had to patiently wait for whatever it is you've been sensing to finally come to pass, is what I'm hearing already. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Oh, okay, yeah, so there have been some obstacles and you've had to trust your gut instinct and your intuition and like keep moving forward. Okay, let's get some more information though before we get too far into it, okay? Okay, so we're gonna get 2 cards to further, oh, I feel like Spirit was like, that's it. So we'll just kind of finish that little shuffle. So you got the Ace of Wands from this deck along with the 5 of Cups. Okay. And how about from the Mermaid Tarot? What does the Mermaid Tarot have to contribute? Okay, Spirit's like, you're done shuffling. Okay, so let's see here. Ooh, the Fool card. Wow. Okay, the Fool and the Empress. And I feel like this card is like, take me with you. So we'll do 3 from this. Ace of Wands again. Oh, snap. What? Okay, I feel like now we need to do like this. And then we're going to get 2 from this deck here. Okay, this is one of them. 8 of Wands. Yes. And 3 of Coins. Okay, is that in the field? Okay, perfect. Nice, nice, nice. Wow, I sense a lot of energy. It's like this burst of energy finally coming through. I'm seeing here that you've had to wait, you have to wait, you have to wait for this manifestation, for this thing to finally come to pass, like for you to finally receive these news, for you to finally get paid, for you to finally get this item, this object. Like you've been waiting for something, and some people have been really kind of trying you, right? They've been saying like, oh, like forget about it already, let it go. Like, are you sure? I feel like you've been trying to make this happen for so long now and it's just not coming through, so maybe you just need to give up, right? I feel like that's been a lot of this energy here, and people have been trying to, you know, dampen your spirit, dampen your energy, and they're kind of like being naysayers. Ooh, like, oh, I feel like so like kind of energy coming from that. You know, it's what's so interesting about like the biggest manifestations. Let me just like speak clearly here. I feel like a lot of times when people have a really big goal, really big dream, and it's something that a lot of people think in their mind is impossible, like those are the dreams that you really have to stay strong and have a lot of fortitude about, because it's like you see that dream, you know it's real, you can taste it, but because it's your dream, other people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not their dream, and so they're not looking at it from the perspective of like a soul calling and intuitive trust and knowing, because they're operating from like the ego, you know, like logical mindset. And so they just don't get it. And so they, whether intentionally or not, they say things that are really discouraging, right? And at times can be really hurtful to you. And I mean, I get it. Like, some people just have the best of intentions at times. But again, they're coming from their limited perspective and they are not the authority on your life. They don't know what's best for you. So they're coming from this energy of like, they don't want to see you hurt, or they think they know what's best, or whatever narrative and story they're telling you. But with this Ace of Wands energy here, this is literally this blessing that's coming your way. It is meant for you. It is literally like destiny. And I try not to use that word because it carries so much weight to it, right? And expectations. But literally what I'm seeing is this blessing that you've had to wait on, that's been overdue. It's literally your destiny, okay? And you were meant to have this. And with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Wands, like the two Ace of Wands cards here, and the Fool, it's like this is the start of something new. Oh my God, now I'm hearing that, whatchamacallit, that High School Musical song, 'cause it's the start of something new, to be here with you, oh. And now looking in your eyes, I feel in my heart, the start of something new. Okay, obviously I don't know the words, right? But that's kind of what I'm feeling here, is that, you know, sometimes when people, something comes into their life, it's like this very slow kind of build up, and things just kind of flow outward from there, from this event. But with this, it's literally like a meteor coming down and creating this explosion and rapidly changing the energies and the environment around it. This is something that you are going to feel the consequences of this so quickly. Like, it's life changing, you know? It's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's like, you know, when a video goes viral, it literally just blows up, and it's like you can't even keep up with it sometimes. Like, all this attention and fame that's coming in with you, or like when you win the lottery, it's like, oh, you're not like steadily gaining money and putting it into savings or investing it. It's like, no, it's like a windfall. Like, bam, here's $500,000. Here's $1,000,000. It's like, whatever this is, it's like, ooh, what it could be for some of you is like, this is your big break, right? Your big chance, your big debut. Like, it's finally happening for you. Like, you've been putting in all this training, this practice, this patience, waiting for this thing to just explode and like go wild, go crazy, and it's finally gonna be happening for you. Oh my God, I'm like getting so excited for all of you, especially for those of you who are like socialpreneurs, right? Or just plain old entrepreneurs, or if you're people that are looking to make it in your field, whether it's like scientific discovery and research, whether it's you're starting your business and you're waiting to get that exposure to have business go boom, like booming, all these like orders coming in, or if you're in social media and you're waiting for that post that goes viral or that video that goes viral, you know, like, it's happening, y'all. It is happening. Like, literally, I'm feeling like it's a matter of days for you. Why? Because you also have the Eight of Wands. This is legit, fast, quick movement coming in. So it's like maybe you've been waiting weeks or months, maybe even years for some of you for something to happen, and then it's just going to be like, bam, win after win after win after success after success after. This is going to be like a whirlwind of activity in your life now. And it's going to be very nourishing. Like, the Empress is like a positive force. Like, if you look at all of these, like, this is the only card that maybe has some negative energy, right? Or lower vibrations. Everything else is like so high vibe. And you have the Three of Coins. See, there's a genie, wishes being granted for you. But I feel this involves other people. So it's like your ideal client, all these millions of viewers. all these resources coming from other people, right? That's the lottery. It's like everybody like buys a lottery ticket and contributes to the final prize. So it's like all these energies, all these people coming together to support you, to grant your wish. Like, hey, honey. Oh, and like that's the power of like communities. That's the power of audiences and having that kind of reach is like all of them come together, create something spectacular. And the Empress is just nourishing it. It's just feeding more and more and more and more. Now I'm hearing the Twice song. If you all know, if you listen to K-pop, like the group Twice, I'm telling you and more, more and more. Right? It's like it's literally compounding on itself. And now, one of the things that I'm seeing here as a little bit of just like a warning, like a very soft warning, is the Fool is like super optimistic. The Fool is a character in the tarot that can just kind of get swept up in the energies around them. And there's a lot of energies, right? Swirling around, a lot of movement here. But it's really important for you to stand your ground, to maintain balance, maintain that level head, that groundedness about you, so that with all this attention, all this resources coming your way, that you don't like squander it, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't get swept away by it. Because look at this mermaid who now has legs, right? Look at the position. Look at where she is at. She's on that sort of shoreline, right? Where the tide is coming in. It's making like, have you ever, if you stood on the beach, like right where the waves come in and pull out, like it's like the sand kind of gets taken away out from under your feet, right? And you sometimes see people falling, like right as they get to this border here between the water and the dry land. So that is very possible with what's going to happen. Like you can get caught up in the fame. Maybe some people, when you attract all these people, not all of them have the best intents. So it's important that you kind of keep your wits about you with all this activity, all this action, because it's going to be happening so fast that maybe you might not even have a full moment to pause and think about it, pause and reflect. So you're going to really have to trust your intuition here. Don't let go of it. Don't get confused by all these other energies around you that are trying to make things happen. It's like you have your vision, these other people have their own vision, and sometimes it's not gonna align. So you're just at the start of your journey, okay? So make very wise decisions with each step now in this beautiful burst of activity that's coming your way. You even see here, like, look at this, right? Like, don't get pulled down by people. And look, the Empress here, part of her is in the water, part of her is on land. So the Empress energy is very wise. Like, she can tell, like, when things need more attention and care and when to switch the focus on things. And so that's what you're going to need to understand as well, is like, pay attention, like what needs your attention, what needs your focus at this time. Don't be distracted or distractible with this, because honey, things are going to be happening for you, and it's going to be quite the adventure, quite the ride. I'm sensing you're going to have lots of fun with this for sure. You're going to be overall very happy with this, but don't let your guard down, okay? Like, I don't foresee a lot of like bad juju coming your way, but there still can be little slip-ups or mistakes or things that get overlooked. So don't become too complacent about it. Continue to work hard, continue to be grateful for what comes your way, and don't take anything for granted. All right, loves? I love it. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on this. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support you show my channel and helping it grow with the likes, the comments, and the shares, letting the ads run. So if this general reading didn't give you enough, like I do personal readings. So just check the description box below to see how to request one. Okay, loves? But otherwise, girl, it ain't never too late for your happily ever after, and it's finally coming. Hi there, group 3. Welcome to your reading to find out what overdue blessing is on its way. And let me tell you, I've been like really pumped and excited because group 1 and group 2's readings have been like so fun, so cool. Now I cannot wait to see what yours holds for you. So this feather comes from the meadow lark. Smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. Ooh, so you better be smiling right now, okay? Comment a smiling emoji down below for me, please, because the meadowlark is clearly saying, like, this blessing is coming, so you need to smile so that it knows exactly where to go to find its way to you. So a broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. I'm already starting to sense something here for you, that something that did not go well before, like this is a chance for you to try again. This is like a second chance for it. Yes. Okay, so let's get a card. Oh my god, Ace of Wands. What? And Judgment. Okay, yes. Let's get another card from, I feel like this card deck wants to be shuffled once. Okay, so let's see here more about this overdue blessing that is finally finding its way to you. Knight of Coins. Oh my gosh, the Star card. Now y'all know that the Star card is my favorite card in like the tarot deck. At least one of my favorites, but for sure my favorite. I always smile when I see this card. Like, give me a little star emoji if you enjoy seeing the Star card in your reading as well, because this is all about those wishes being granted. Things finally being guided towards you, or you being guided towards the right thing. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. This deck is like, shuffle me also. So we will do that for you, Mermaid Tarot. And can we please get 2 cards as well for group number 2 to find out more about this overdue blessing. Thank you for this Queen of Swords. And then one more, loves. The 5 of Cups. Wow, interesting. This card actually showed up in the second reading as well, but from a different deck. From this deck, actually. And the Ace, this exact card also showed up in reading 2. So for those of you that were kind of torn between 2 and 3, you probably want to go and take a listen to reading number 2, and that might give you additional insight. So once you're done with this, hop on over to reading number 2. Okay, loves? So let's get into your reading, though, group 3. So definitely what I'm seeing here, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So in the past, whether recent or a little while back, you tried something and it didn't go according to plan. Maybe it even kind of like blew up in your face, okay? And you felt really bummed out, really sad about it. Like it was, I'm feeling here like it was a bit of a mess. Like, look at this broken bridge. Like, it's like not even like a clean break, right? It's like kind of splintered. And look at this poor lady's outfit, like tatters, rags, right? So I'm feeling like you attempted something before. You gave it like a really good try. Like, you gave it your all, and it just became like a mess. I'm hearing it's like, it feels like the things that could have gone wrong went wrong, right? And it felt like very much like bad luck. And what I'm seeing here is you had to learn some really harsh lessons, some really harsh truths about it. And maybe in some ways you realize that you weren't quite prepared, okay, at that time to move forward with this. Like, maybe you went to a meeting, or you tried to purchase something and then you realized you didn't have the right funds, or you didn't have the right documents, or you didn't have everything prepared to answer all these questions, right? All that kind of stuff. And so there was some really harsh truths about like, oh, like maybe in this instance, maybe you were just a bit overly confident, right? Or maybe you thought that you put in enough effort, but if you were like really honest with yourself, there was something that you could have done better, right? And I feel like that's this inner discovery. And so things didn't pan out. And so you had to, kind of lick your wounds here a bit, be a little bit sad, be a little bit bummed out. But if you took these difficult lessons and worked at it and improved yourself, then judgment will reward you. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. It's like there's people when they mess up, they give up, right? And they walk away. And there's people when they mess up, yeah, maybe they're embarrassed, maybe they feel a little bit let down or whatever, but they use that embarrassment and that disappointment as fuel to do better, to prove themselves. Okay, not just to others, but to themselves. I'm hearing like maybe you might have tried to audition for something, right? And then on that day, like you stayed up late worrying about the audition and trying to practice and rehearse and get it right, and then you didn't get enough rest and you overslept. You know what I'm saying? Or you made it on time, but now your voice was really scratchy because you stayed up too late and you overworked your voice or something, right? Like I'm hearing something like that happen. Or you were running late and you were in a rush, and so like you forgot something at home and they were like, well, too bad. If you don't have this, then you can't go, right? Um, this kind of reminds me of what happened on my 21st birthday. Like my best friend, they totally left their driver's license at home and they didn't have their passport. And so they couldn't go into the club and they're like, oh my God, why is my driver's license not here? And they were like panicked and it wasn't like in their car. And we went out to like Seattle at the time, and we were not living in Seattle. So we were like an hour drive away. And so they were like so bummed that they couldn't come into the club. And so they had to like drive all the way back home, find their ID, and then drive all the way back. It was like a 2-hour round trip because they left their ID. And so it was like a total bummer. I mean, thankfully, like they made it and they were able to hang out before the club closed still. And we had still a great time, but it was such a bummer that that happened to my best friend of all people. And so I feel like something like that happened where it was just like, oh, darn it, right? Like I just missed this. And now is your second chance here, okay, to experience it again. Ooh, I'm also hearing for like maybe some of you, like you wanted to go see someone in concert or you wanted to watch a show, but you didn't have the money, or maybe you didn't manage to get a ticket, right, to go see the show or the concert, and now's your opportunity to go see this person in concert or see this show that you've been like dying to see for so long. So I feel like it's one of those opportunities, right? It's like at the time it was like a missed opportunity and it felt like a total bummer, and now is your chance to get it again. Because this star here, the star is like, don't worry, we're aligning everything for you. It's like, just making me think of that Disney song. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. So I feel like, despite what happened in the past, like do not let that discourage you. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what happened before. This is a fresh start, okay? Like so fresh and so clean, clean. Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh, so clean. So the slate has been wiped clear now. All right, so you can move forward. Don't worry, it's not gonna pan out the same way as it did before, especially if you are better prepared this time, right? So you've learned, and now you know exactly what to do. What I'm seeing here with the Knight of Coins is that, this was really a test for you in patience and in perspective. Like, I know people who, if things don't go their way, they can get a bit pouty, right? Maybe you know that. Maybe you've been that way before. I know I have, right? And it can just be like angry pandas, right? Like, well, flip this table over, fine then, like I didn't want it anyway. And there's like all this anger and resentment because things didn't go smoothly or perfectly, and you just like, I don't want to do this anymore, right? And that could really kind of get you off track, right? And now there's definitely no way this blessing is going to come to you if you kind of act that way, and you become sort of like a repellent towards that manifestation. And what I'm feeling here is like, of course, I doubt that many of you had that response, but there's something here with the Knight of Coins with learning that virtue of patience, right? Learning this virtue of fortitude, of not giving up, and that even though it seemed like a no in that moment, what it really is a not right now. Oh my gosh, yes. I feel like, oh my gosh, group 3. So the other groups, I didn't hear like an affirmation come through, which sometimes happens in readings if you been watching a lot of my videos. But for you in this reading, I need you to type this. It's not a no. It's simply a not right now. It wasn't a no. It was simply a not right now. It wasn't a no. It was simply a not right now, okay? And that kind of wipes the slate clean and cleanses the energy so that you're very open, you're very receptive for this second coming, if you will, It's like, you'll get it this time. You'll get it. You didn't get it before, but you're going to get it this time. And even if it was like you tried more than once, like you tried multiple times, right? I'm hearing for some of you, it might even be like maybe you were taking a test. Oh my gosh, now I'm thinking of like the Mindy Project when like Danny went to take his driving test and he like failed it a bunch of times and he started to like feel embarrassed and bad about himself. Like maybe it's something like that for you. Maybe there's some certification exam or credentialing exam that you had to take and you didn't do well the first couple times, whatever, around, and you were starting to get discouraged. But now honey. Now you've had the patience, you've been diligent, you've been putting in the work, putting in the time, doing your research, trying to understand things better, and it's gonna happen now. You're gonna be chosen this time. Yes. Oh, yes, as a fresh start. I don't know why, like Ace of Wands, I kept saying like new, wipe the slate clean, fresh start. Like here you have a brand new blank canvas to work with. So it's gonna go swimmingly. Okay, just see it going smoothly and trust that that's how it's gonna play out. Oh, I love it, y'all. I'm so excited. Well, all of these blessings for the readings have been amazing. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the sharing, letting the ads run. All of those things truly, truly, I cannot emphasize this enough, mean so much to me in helping this channel grow and helping other people find their way to these readings. Now, if the general readings like got you excited and you want to know a little bit more, like of course I do some personal readings, so just look in the description box below to see how to request one. All right, loves? But other than that, remember, it ain't never too late for your happily ever after. Try again. Don't give up, all right? You got this. Take care, loves.